Something was transmitting from beneath the ocean floor. The signal was impossible, repeating from a depth where nothing should have been active. No natural source could explain it. The deeper he followed the signal, the stronger it became. Every sonar pulse confirmed that something was waiting beneath him, hidden under layers of ancient sediment. Then he saw a perfectly straight, metallic edge beneath the sediment. It was clearly artificial, not something created by nature. The discovery immediately changed the expedition. He cleared away the sediment and exposed more metal. The structure continued far beyond what he could see, disappearing beneath the seabed in both directions. The buried structure was enormous, stretching deep beneath the seabed. Its true size disappeared into the darkness, making it impossible to determine where it ended. Following the exposed edge, he discovered a gigantic vertical surface. It rose from the ocean floor like a massive wall covered by centuries of sediment. Then, the shape became clear. He was looking at an ancient door buried beneath the ocean floor, hidden from the world for an unknown reason. There was no handle, control panel, or visible mechanism, yet the strongest signal was coming directly from its center, as if something behind it was responding. He scanned the door again. Then a faint mechanical vibration answered from the other side. For the first time, he knew he was not alone. Nearby, old scientific equipment appeared beneath the sediment. It looked like the remains of a forgotten expedition, abandoned in this impossible location. Someone had reached this exact location before him, but whatever happened, their equipment was left behind, raising a disturbing question about the previous expedition. Old cables disappeared beneath the sediment. They led directly toward the enormous door, suggesting that the abandoned equipment had once been connected to it. Suddenly, one damaged instrument activated. A faint signal began pulsing from the forgotten device, despite having remained buried for years. The pattern repeated again and again. It was identical to the signal he had been tracking, proving that the two discoveries were connected. Now the connection was impossible to ignore. The mysterious transmission was linked directly to the door, but its purpose remained completely unknown. He moved toward the center of the door. Deep inside the metal, a powerful vibration began, growing stronger with every passing second. He sent another sonar pulse into the darkness. The massive door answered with a deep, powerful vibration that traveled through the surrounding seabed. Fine sediment began falling from above. Something deep inside the structure was becoming active, slowly disturbing the ancient silence. Then a thin blue light appeared along the sealed edge. It was faint, but unmistakably artificial, cutting through the darkness beneath the ocean. The strange light slowly spread across the door. It looked like an ancient unlocking mechanism coming alive after countless years of silence. The entire ocean floor began to tremble. Sediment lifted around him as the structure awakened, revealing that something enormous was happening below. For the first time, the massive door moved. A cloud of sediment burst into the surrounding water as the ancient mechanism finally began to open. Then the impossible happened. The enormous door began opening from the inside, with no one touching it from the outside. Behind the door was an enormous, dark chamber. Its true size disappeared far beyond the entrance, hidden completely by the darkness. A faint light suddenly appeared deep inside. Only distant shapes became visible through the darkness, leaving most of the chamber unexplained. Massive mechanical structures emerged from the shadows. The chamber was far larger than he had imagined, extending deep beyond the visible entrance. Then a gigantic shadow moved behind the light. Something inside had activated the door, but its true shape remained hidden in the darkness. The seabed suddenly shook violently. He turned and urgently retreated toward the expedition vehicle as sediment filled the water around him. Behind him, the enormous door remained open. A powerful light glowed inside while something moved in the darkness beyond the entrance. He reached safety and looked back. The signal was still transmitting from inside. Whatever opened that door was still there, waiting in the darkness.